We are in seafood week. We're going to do a Spanish dish today called paella. And for that we need a paella pan. Now if you don't have a paella pan, this is a paella pan. If you don't have a paella pan, you can always use the flattest skillet that you have, but you need a big skillet. So we're doing a seafood paella. For that, we're using 3 types of seafood today. You can use any types. You can use mussels. I don't have mussels, so I'm not using it. So we're using some big shrimps, scallops, and some calamari or squid. The rice for the paella is generally Bomba. I didn't find Bomba. So I'm using Arborio, which is a short grain Italian rice. They should work the same way. Or if you don't find Arborio, you can use any short grain rice. And then for the aromatics, we have onions and garlic. A pinch of saffron that will give the yellow color, and paprika. So that's about 1.5 teaspoons of paprika. And then we have some tomatoes and olive oil. So that's about it for the ingredients. Let's start cooking. I have, so the other thing that I have is wine and stock, seafood stock. So 3 cups of seafood stock and 1 cup of wine simmering. So I want that hot as I cook the rice. So again, that's 2:1 ratio. So 2 cups of rice to 4 cups of liquid. So that's it. Let's start cooking. The pan is hot. So we'll put the oil. Just swirl it around to coat the pan. And to this, we'll add the onions. Pan is under medium heat. We put a little bit of salt and we'll cook till this is translucent. We'll add the garlic. Give it a minute. I don't want it to burn, just to give off its fragrance. Going to add the tomatoes. And let it cook down. Make sure that all the ingredients are lay flat on the skillet or the paella pan so that it cooks evenly and faster. I'll add the paprika. and the saffron to this. Make sure that you're using all of it, all of the saffron. Mix it together and cook it till the oil separates. It's already started giving off a beautiful aroma of the paprika and the saffron. Let it cook down for a few minutes and till the oil separates. The tomato mixture has started giving off its oil. So we'll add the squid at this point to give it a little bit of color. So add all of the squid. Spread it around. Make sure it coats with the tomato mixture. Cook it for just a few minutes so that it gets a little bit of color. Make sure the squid touches the pan. We'll add the rice and then cook the rice for a few minutes. I'll add a little bit of salt to this. You want to spread the rice around. As evenly as possible. Doesn't need to be perfect. So don't worry if every inch does not have rice. It will slowly, as it cooks, it will get there. We'll add the whole of the stock and the wine to this. We cook it like this for about 10 minutes without touching it. And then we'll come back and we'll add the rest of the ingredients. It has been 10 minutes. The rice has been cooking, so I just want to mix it up a little bit. You can see the rice has already puffed up quite a bit. At this point I want to add the scallops. Mix it around. I cut the scallops up into smaller pieces so that you can get a scallop on every bite. I also lowered the heat. Now I'm going to add the shrimp, and what I will be doing is I will turn it over when one side gets cooked, which is, it turns red. We'll cook this for about 10 more minutes. If the rice becomes dry and the shrimp is not cooked by then, we'll add a little bit more stock to cook the shrimps. It has been 10 minutes and you can see I turned over the shrimp. The shrimp is not fully cooked and there is a little bit of water still in the pan. The rice is cooking. So I let it cook for a little bit longer and let the water dry out. If by the time the shrimp is fully cooked and the water doesn't dry out, I'll turn the heat up a little bit and cook the water. As the rice dries out, we'll hear some crackling. That's a succulent forming at the bottom. That's what we are looking for. If it doesn't happen, again, we'll turn up the heat. That means that the water is not fully, or the stock is not fully evaporated. So we'll turn it up a little bit and then, and then make the succulent. You can hear the rice crackling, so that is forming the succulent in the bottom. The shrimps are cooked, everything is cooked, so we're just waiting for the rice to dry out, all the liquid to dry out, and then we'll shut off the gas and then serve it. We'll serve it in the paella dish. Finish the paella, what we're going to do is I have some homemade shrimp oil. So we'll put a little bit of that on top just to give it that shrimp, a little bit more shrimp flavor. A little bit of parsley. Because this is seafood, so I'll put a little bit of lemon juice on top, and then I have 3 lemon wedges here to garnish. That's the dish for today, paella, seafood paella. Thank you very much. Have a nice weekend. Bon appetit. See you next week. Hmm?